What's going on YouTube? My name's Lefty Jones. You guys can just call me Lefty, and we are here today on a very special occasion. You can tell because I have the one Lefty shirt in all of existence. But today, my friends, today we have gotten to 100 subs. 100, the powerful 100, and it's all thanks to you guys. It's thanks to you guys. I have no one to thank but you guys, and you're fantastic. And I figured the best way I could show my appreciation to you guys was with a top 10 video of my favorite Pokemon. And I don't know why some poketubers, they wait till they get like 10,000 subscribers or something like that, some outrageous number to do these, but this is like one of the first things I want to know about a poketuber. So if you're like me, then I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you all so much for 100 subs. I hope you all continue to leave the love and continue to support the channel and like these videos and everything. And be sure to put your top 10 favorite Pokemon down in the comment section below. And I hope you guys like this video and enjoy.
Number 10.
Coming in at the bottom of the list at number 10 is none other than the Picasso of Pokemon himself, Smeargle. Let me just tell you guys, there was once upon a time where I was a little boy playing Pokemon Silver on my Game Boy Color, and I was going down whatever route this thing was on. I can't remember what route it was, but when I saw this thing for the very first time, my eyes turned into little hearts, like in a cartoon or something, because this thing has a paintbrush as a tail for one thing. It has a beret on his head. He's a little artist. He's like I said, the Picasso of Pokemon. I myself, I've always loved to draw ever since I was a wee little lad. I've always drawn and loved to create new monsters and new little creatures and stuff, and that's the whole gimmick that got me hooked on Pokemon to begin with, is just the fact that it's this whole new world with fictional creatures that I've never seen before that you train and evolve, and it's awesome. But Smeargle here was different because he touched my heart on a personal level because he's the artist. I'm a little bit of an artist. This thing can sketch any move in the game, therefore he's like one of the most unique Pokemon in the entire game. Yes, he can be a pain in the butt competitively. I think he's a pain in the butt competitively, but just look at this thing. He's absolutely fantastic. His design is amazing. I even went as far as to make a mega design for this thing. I'll go ahead and put it on the screen while I'm talking, and really the only difference is he gets a what do you call it, the palette. He gets a palette and he gets a mustache. That's all he really needs. But I've loved Smeargle forever. I hate facing him competitively because he has Sticky Web and Stealth Rocks and Shift Gear and Baton Pass and Focus Sash and all that terrible stuff that he loves to run. He gets Moody and Technician. It's just not a fun time when you're up against him, and I never run him competitively, but I've always loved this guy ever since I was a kid, so he had to be on the list, and that's the reason he's so low, is because of his competitive use. Smeargle, number 10. I love this beagle.
Number 9.
Claiming number 9 as his very own territory is none other than my favorite Dragon-type Pokemon. Give it up for the one and only mighty Axe-Jaw Pokemon, Haxorus. This thing is an absolute monster. The first time I saw it in Pokemon Black, it struck fear into my heart. I thought my entire team was going to be swept by this monstrous-looking beast. The design alone of this thing can earn it a spot on any top 10 favorite Pokemon list, if you ask me. This thing is just absolute power. He doesn't need multi-scale to pass through other things. He doesn't need a Mega. He is power alone in himself. Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Poison Jab, Outrage, Hone Claws, Stone Edge. This thing is a powerhouse. I love this thing competitively. Just Pokemon himself is awesome. It supposedly says he only stands 5'11", which is how tall I am, surprisingly enough. So I like to imagine Haxorus is a little bit taller than me because I'm not all that tall. And according to this picture right here next to Drayden or Draken, whatever his name is, if Haxorus is 5'11", then this guy has to at least be 4'11". Okay, that's believable. But when we put this man up against everyone else in another picture, this man towers over everybody. He's at least 2 foot taller than Ash. So what, is Ash and his friends just a bunch of 3 foot tall kids running around having Pokemon adventures? I think not. Haxorus has to at least be 7 foot tall or something. I like to imagine that. Not to mention, he has easily one of the best, if not the best, shinies in the entire game. Green Dragonite, get out of here, Puff the Magic Dragon. What are you doing? Black Haxorus is absolute raw power in himself. I can't stress enough how much I love this thing. He's my favorite Unova Pokemon. I think he is the only one on this list, but he earned it. He earned it. Favorite Dragon type, awesome Pokemon. Haxorus, number 9.
Number 8.
Volt switching his way into number 8 is none other than the Thunderbolt Pokemon, Electivire, one of my favorite Sinnoh Pokemon. Okay guys, so here's the gist. I stopped playing Pokemon when I was a kid after Pokemon Emerald. It wasn't because I didn't like it or anything. I loved Emerald. It's one of my favorite games. But I just stopped playing, and then I went through high school and everything and did all this other stuff, and then just about a year or so ago, this is when X and Y are already out, I played Pokemon Fire Red. And that got me back into it, of course, because of nostalgia's sake. And then the next game, which was a brand new world to me that I played, was Pokemon Platinum. And this guy right here was one of those that just stood out of the pack to me. The Dex entry states that he uses the tips of his two tails to send over 20,000 watts of electricity coursing through its opponent's veins. I'm sorry, but if you're not a ground type Pokemon, you're gonna die. You're not just gonna faint to that, you're going to die. Have you guys seen the battle against him and Primeape in the anime? That's one of the actual few battles in the anime that I watch and just, I love it. It's like almost DBZ level. Not quite DBZ level, but it's up there, and it's an awesome battle. I definitely recommend checking it out. I'll put a little bit of a clip of it on here, but Electivire here is just amazing in of himself. I fell in love because he's Electabuzz's evolution for once, and I've always loved Electabuzz, even though Magmar didn't get the same special treatment, but we can still love Magmar for who he is. Maybe not so much Magmortar. He has cannon arms, but he is no Electivire by any means. This thing is raw power both competitively in the NU tier. He gets great moves. Slap a choice scarf on him or something. I use him all the time. I don't have a good nickname for him, but I love this thing. The design is amazing. The power is amazing. The dex entries are amazing. Just the sheer fear that he strikes into his opponents is amazing. Electivire, number 8. He definitely earned it.
Number 7.
Now, number 7 here is a very special Pokemon I hold very close to my heart. He is also my favorite Ghost-type Pokemon. Give it up for Haunter. Now, there are many, many reasons why I love this thing. Reason number 1, he was on my very first team. When I was a wee little boy playing Pokemon Blue, this is before Silver. When I was playing Pokemon Blue, this thing was on my team, and I took him all the way to kick Gary's butt into the ground, and we did so with pride. He never got to see the day to be a Gengar because me nor none of my friends had the cable. Yes, you had to have a cable way back in the day. There was no Wi-Fi. You had to have a link cable to be able to trade and battle, and none of us had it, so he remained to be a Haunter, and I loved him just the way he was. Another reason, the anime. He was the comic relief. Even if there were just like 2 or 3 episodes that I actually remember him in, he stood out so much to me, and I don't know what it was, but a lot of it is derived from this clip right here. Now, if that clip didn't make you love Haunter, I don't know what would, and you should go hug some puppies or something, but I love this thing, and I loved it as a child, and did you see Sabrina's face? And another reason number 3, the dex entries. Haunter is a dangerous Pokemon. If one beckons you while floating in darkness, you must never approach it. This Pokemon will try to lick you with its tongue and steal your life away. Because of its ability to slip through block walls, it is often said to be from another dimension. Its tongue is made of gas. If licked, its victim starts shaking constantly until death eventually comes. Sounds to me like Ash should have died in Season 1 when he first met Haunter. But not only that, that's 3 reasons. Reason number 4, he can even hold himself competitively. Slap a choice scarf on him, make him modest, give him whatever moves you want. Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam is what I run, but it works. He holds his ground. He's not very defensive, but he holds his ground, and he's awesome. Reason number 5, his design. His design just screams Ghost type. He is one of the OG Ghost types, and I love him. He's simple as Ghost can be, and I just love him for that. And reason number 6 is because I actually ended up drawing a mega design for Haunter, and it's one of my more favorite pictures that I've drawn relating to Pokemon. Go ahead and check it out, and be on the look for it on the Nappy channel. I sent it to Nappy, and his P.O. box pulls. He hasn't gotten to it yet, but it should be any time now that he gets to it, so be on the lookout for it, and on the lookout for Lefty Jones on the Nappy channel. So those are the reasons why I love Haunter. Need I say more? This thing's a fantastic Ghost-type Pokemon. Hands down, number 7.
Number 6.
Number 6 here is a Pokemon that's grown on me over the years. Primeape, as you all know him as Scizor, is my favorite fighting type Pokemon, in fact. And I can't express my love for this thing. I think a lot of it came from when I first saw him in X and Y, and just how pumped he looks when he comes out on the battlefield. Like, of all the Pokemon, of all over 700 Pokemon, Primeape looks like he is the most ready to fight for you and to fight for justice and victories around the world. Not to mention his dex entries, it will beat up anyone who makes it mad, even if it has to chase them until the end of the world. This thing will chase you until the end of time to beat your face into your skull. It becomes wildly furious even if it senses someone looking at it. It chases anyone that meets its glare. So that means even if you look at this thing the wrong way, you're asking for a death wish or something, because this thing will beat you senseless, standing just above 3 feet tall. This thing will destroy things. It can wreck shop competitively, slap a choice scarf on him, make him whatever you want him to be. Close combat, U-turn, ice punch, thunder punch, fire punch, stone edge, earthquake, poison jab, gunk shot. He's whatever you want this thing to be, and he just, like I said, comes out with such grace in the battle. He is so pumped, and I love him. He's the pure definition of what a fighting type should be. And not to mention, we have one in our Pokemon Uranium Nuzlocke. He has taken the head of the pack of our team, and I love him so very much. Go check out the Uranium Nuzlocke if you haven't already. But that's why I love Primeape. Need I say more? Best fighting type to me, number 6.
Number 5.
So we are officially at the halfway marker, and what better way to kick off from the halfway point than with my favorite water-type Pokemon, Lapras. This one was a pain in the butt for me to choose because it was right down to the fine line between Lapras, Milotic, Crawdaunt, and Blastoise. But Lapras gobbled up the cake and took it all for herself for a few different reasons. For one, her and Milotic did tie in the beauty contest, but Lapras is a very beautiful and majestic creature to me. I think it's just such a beautiful creature. There's no other word to describe it. I love it for that reason. The dex doesn't say much interesting about it other than the fact that it's hunted and a few depressing facts, but it does say that it can understand and read the minds of humans, and it's a very passionate Pokemon, and I think that's really interesting. I think that means that if you had one in real life, it would be a really great friend to have, even though it's gigantic, but it would be really useful to have too, because I mean, you would never need a boat. You have a Lapras, and it loves it. It loves to transport people, and it just loves people. It's a very gentle Pokemon, and that's one thing I love, that not all Pokemon have to be battle ready. There are some that are just kind-hearted Pokemon, and I love that. That's really awesome, and I don't really use Lapras competitively, but I will welcome Lapras in my playthrough anytime with open arms to be my surf Pokemon, and I love it. It was the first Pokemon in X and Y to get to level 100 in my team. It actually ended up replacing Greninja. I boxed Greninja for Lapras because I didn't want 2 water-type Pokemon, and I like Lapras more, so what can I say? I love Lapras. It's a beautiful Pokemon. Its design is fantastic. It's based off the Loch Ness Monster. It doesn't need any evolutions to be amazing, and that's just why I love it. Lapras, number 5.
Number 4.
Coming in at number 4 is a Pokemon that needs absolutely no explaining to be on anyone's top 10 list, but give it up for Neato King. This thing is on everyone's top 10 list at some point or another, whether it be top 10 Pokemon designs, top 10 competitive Pokemon, top 10 favorite Pokemon in general. This thing will be there at some point or another, holding his mighty throne because he is the king. I cannot stress enough how much I love this thing. Yes, he was also on my first team in Pokemon Blue. He was also in my team in Pokemon X and Y. I actually had a lot of Kanto Pokemon in my Pokemon X and Y playthrough for some reason. But listen to these dex entries. They do not hold back in Silver and Red and Blue. Its tail is thick and powerful. If it binds an enemy, it can snap the victim's spine quite easily. They just don't hold back at all. It uses its powerful tail to smash, constrict, and then break the prey's bones. He doesn't make his freaking foes faint. He breaks their bones and their spine. You remember how Haxorus could break steel with his hacks on the sides of his face? This steel-like hide adds to its powerful tackle. Its horns are so hard they can pierce a diamond. This thing can pierce diamonds with its horn. The sheer force of this Pokemon is just monstrous. Like, everything about him, from his battle cry, which is easily one of the best battle cries in the entire game, to his appearance, to his competitive use move pool. He can be a physical attacker, he can be a special attacker. His move pool is ridiculous. He can just slap a choice scarf on him. He's whatever you want him to be. I love this thing so very much. He's always on my team. I always welcome him on my team. Most amazing Pokemon design of all time. This thing is a monster. I would love to see what a Mega would look like, even though it would go straight to Ubers probably, but I'd still love to see one nonetheless. Neato King here deserves a spot on anyone's list. Number 4.
Number 3.
It's time for the top 3, my friends, and coming in at number 3 is the Moonlight Pokemon, Umbreon, more specifically Shiny Umbreon. And the real reason why it's on this list is because, for one, it's easily one of my favorite shinies. Shiny Umbreon, Shiny Haxorus are two of my favorite shinies in the entire game. I love them with all my heart, and prefer them to their original forms, though regular Haxorus and regular Umbreon are just as good. I love Shiny Umbreon 1,000 times more, and the reason why is because it was the first shiny that I ever got doing the Masuda method, and unfortunately it's before I knew about the Destiny Knot, or the Everstone, or even how to IV breed, but I did know about EVs, and that's about all that I knew about. But this thing was the result of about 8 boxes worth of hatching eggs and hours upon hours upon hours of just watching playlists of shady videos, sitting here holding my right button, just going left and right and left and right, and then all the way around Lumio Station, and then it finally happened. I got the white Eevee, and then it evolved into the beautiful blue ringed Umbreon, and I have loved it to this day. It's not the right nature, unfortunately. It doesn't have good IVs, but it does hold its ground because it's an Umbreon. I mean, Umbreon doesn't even need EVs or anything to be bulky. This thing is just a powerhouse and a defensive wall to be reckoned with online. I don't really use it because it's a stally Pokemon, and I'm more of a hyper offensive kind of guy, and I don't really use it. I used it when I first got it, don't get me wrong, but Shiny Umbreon has remained to be one of my favorite shinies, if not my favorite, next to Haxorus. But Shiny Umbreon's just super special to me, and technically Shiny Basculin was the first shiny I ever got, but that's a little bit of a secret, so I just tell people that Shiny Umbreon's the first one I got, but it earned a spot on this list just because of its pure beauty and absolute power. Shiny Umbreon, number 3.
Number 2.
Okay, so you remember how back at Haunter I said that he never got to see the day to be a Gengar because me nor any of my friends had a cable to trade or anything. Well, this guy right here, number 2, Scizor, the pincer Pokemon, oddly enough, is the sole reason to why I went and got a cable, and that's enough of a reason to be on this list in of itself. His design alone sold me. Like I said, I was big into drawing like creatures and monsters and fighters and warriors and stuff, and this guy is like the definition of power. I cannot stress enough how much I love this thing. I'm not a fan of Mega Scizor's design personally. I like regular Scizor. I think he holds his ground perfectly fine without a Mega Stone, and this thing is just pure power. Like, I fell in love with this thing when I first saw him in Silver. Like I said, I mean, he's the sole purpose I got a freaking cable. Scyther would be in this spot if Scyther never got an evolution, because Scyther was one of my favorite Pokemon throughout the entirety of the game. I remember being in the Safari Zone forever trying to catch a Scyther, but when I finally did, I felt like the boss. Let me just tell you guys. And when I found out this thing got an evolution in Silver, and when Crystal came out, this thing remained on my team for so long. And I remember having a holographic card of this thing, and I loved it so very much. I don't have it anymore, but I can show a picture of it, of course. And I actually did a Mega Scizor design. I'm not super proud of this one because like I said, don't prefer regular Mega Scizor, but I did this as a gimmick, and it's okay, I guess you could say. But Scizor is just absolutely power. He's my second favorite Pokemon of all time. If you guys don't know what number 1 is, then I guess you're just a little bit insane in the membrane, my friends. But Scizor easily deserves a spot on this list based off everything, his design, his power that he brings to the plate, and everything. Number 2, Scizor. Scizor.
Number 1.
Okay, let's face it, we all saw this coming, but respectfully owned and rightfully earned, Chatot has obtained the spot for my absolute favorite Pokemon of all time, and let me just tell you why. For one thing, he is the mascot of the Lefty channel. He's come along this journey with me and you, the Lefties of the Lefty channel, with us, and we've all made it to 100 subs together. Chatot's proud of you guys, I'm proud of you guys, you're proud of me, I hope, and we're all just proud together on this big happy adventure that we've partaken in. And Chatot's just so adorable. Like, I wish I had one in real life. I can't express how much I wish I had one in real life. Him, Umbreon, and Lapras would be the only 3 Pokemon I would need to make me happy in life, and I would keep them forever and love them with all my heart. But Chatot just takes the cake. Design-wise, I know I said Neato King was my favorite, I know I said Scizor was my favorite, but in all honesty, I'm thinking about it now, Chatot's my favorite. Just thinking about him makes me happy. I love this guy. He's got a freaking music note as a head. He's colorful. He's a little parrot. It's amazing. He's just like the perfect companion to sit on your shoulder. He's like if you're a pirate, of course, but still, Chatot, he's just fantastic. And back in 4th Gym, when he was introduced, you could change the noise of his signature move, Chatter, to whatever you wanted. You could record your own voice, and the louder the voice that you recorded, the higher chance of getting confusion there was. That's hilarious. Like, that makes the possibilities endless. Like, there's just so many absurd and hilarious things you can make that thing say in the middle of battle, and I just find that hilarious. And for some reason, there's no videos on YouTube of people doing this, so I'm gonna have to get like right on this. At least not what I could find, but I need to get right on this and do a video of that, because that sounds hilarious to do. And Chatot's just special, and I finally bred one, and he's got Boom Burst, and he is ready. All I gotta do is EV train him and level him up, and you guys will get to see him in a live Wi-Fi battle. The name I give my Chatot is Rio, and I usually put a little music note at the end of the name to signify that he is a musical Pokemon. And what better thing in life is there than music? Come on, the music note Pokemon, that's awesome. Like, Chatot is just all around amazing. He's even the Boom Burst King, because he has one more special attack point than Exploud, and he doesn't even need an evolution. Chatot doesn't even need an evolution, and he's the king of Boom Burst, and he has Chatter, he has Chatter, and he's faster. Plus, I even drew a Mega for Chatot because I couldn't resist, so here this is. I have no idea what ability he would get, but unfortunately, he doesn't have the best of abilities, but he still holds his own perfectly fine in competitive battle. Like I said, Boom Burst everything, but this thing is just so special to me, and I fell in love the minute I saw him in the Sinnoh region when I played Platinum, and I'm surprised there's not a single Hoenn Pokemon on this list, but Hoenn was one of my favorite generations as far as the game was concerned. But Sinnoh's probably one of my favorite generations as far as Pokemon is concerned, and Kanto and Johto. But Chatot, #1, easily and probably obviously earned. Chatot's just the best all around. I love this guy. He's the best. I love him.
And there you have it, my friends, my top 10 favorite Pokemon. I'm sure most of you could guess #1, but the rest of the list was kind of a surprise, right? So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please put your top 10 favorite Pokemon or any comments or anything regarding this video in the comment section below. I would much appreciate it. I'm sorry I look so exhausted or whatever you want to say, but I've been up all night working on this video and editing it, and I'm so finally glad that this is the last thing I have to add in. All I have to do is render it and upload it. So I hope you guys like this video. Please hit that like button if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. I am welcoming new subscribers. You guys got to 100 really fast. I thought like a week ago when I was at like 90 subs that I was like, oh, I have plenty of time to make this video. Nope. I just had to like rush it all in the last few nights. But I did it. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button. Thank you for subscribing. You guys are fantastic. I love you. See you next time.